What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to this reactionary video here on Anfield Agenda around Trent Alexander-Arnold's future. I'm going to give you what I think is the lay of the land and what we can expect with this contract situation. I'm not making this video to be sensationalist or to try and bait people or anything like that. It is just my feelings as a Liverpool fan based off what I'm seeing, hearing and starting to read as well. So I'm going to give you my thoughts on the whole contract situation over the next few minutes. As always though, we welcome your comments, so do let us know your thoughts if you agree, disagree, or have a different train of thought. We do want to know in the comment section. Drop a like if you enjoy it, although it's not going to be a very upbeat topic, so still like you to like the video, and of course do hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so. So I'm going to try and lay the foundation as to why I think the way I feel. And how I feel right now is that Trent Alexander-Arnold is going to leave Liverpool in the summer. Now, I want to make it very clear that I don't have information that you don't have. This is just one man's opinion based on the facts in front of us as I see them. So let me start rewinding back and see how we got to this point, because I've got to be honest, 3-4 weeks ago, I was very much of the mindset that Trent was going to renew. I couldn't see why he'd want to leave Liverpool Football Club. But then things started to change a little bit, and more so when I started to hear things coming from, well, Scousers, quite frankly, those who live in and around the city. And the vibe coming out there isn't a positive one, I'm afraid. So let's go back and see Paddy Pimblett speaking during the week. And of course, Paddy Pimblett isn't in that Liverpool dressing room, but he is a Scouser, born and bred, and he does have his finger on the pulse of all things Liverpool, whether it be the football club or anything else. And he believes as well that Trent Alexander-Arnold is going to depart. And I thought to myself, well, maybe Paddy's just been a little bit pessimistic there, so we'll brush past that. But then today, watching Sky Sports coverage of the game and watching Jamie Carragher speaking after the game, and then Jamie Carragher came out and said as well that he thinks Trent Alexander-Arnold is going to depart at the end of the season. Now, I don't think that either of these gents are saying that they have information that the rest of us don't have, but sometimes you've got to put all these bits together based off what we're seeing and hearing from Trent as well, and ask, does it look like he's going to or wants to renew his contract at Liverpool? And I've got to say, no. So some people will point to the fact that he said that he wants to captain the club, and he did. But look at his more recent comments. I believe there was an interview, I think it was with a lady called Harriet on Sky Sports, and they said, what do you want to achieve? World Cup, Premier League title, Ballon d'Or. And he picked Ballon d'Or, and that's what gave Jamie Carragher the insight to think, well, fullbacks aren't winning Ballon d'Ors at Liverpool, and it's hard enough to win a Ballon d'Or even if you're an attacking player at a club that isn't a Barcelona or Real Madrid. So it does make you wonder, has Trent already made his mind up? I think he has, and I think that it's not going to end well. So what I would like, if I could plead to Trent at this moment, is to come out with your decision sooner rather than later. Whether it's to leave, whether it's to stay. Liverpool fans want him to stay. Some people looking at his body language out on the pitch there again today felt like he wasn't giving everything. He wasn't putting himself into that game 100%. We know he's carrying a bit of a niggle. The manager said that. But what I just don't want to happen is this to turn sour. Because Trent Alexander-Arnold, like any other football player, will fulfill his contract and then it's up to him what he does next. Jamie Carragher, speaking about this, spoke about players who have made either side of these decisions. Some to stay, some to leave. So obviously Michael Owen, Steve McManaman. Again, Jamie Carragher being honest about it and said they aren't taught the same way as Liverpool fans, as the likes of Steven Gerrard, who maybe didn't go like Steve McManaman did and win 2 European Cups at Real Madrid. But he stayed at Liverpool, and he will be looked upon as a club legend forever. So I seen Roy Keane on there as well, and it was almost like he was willing and wishing Trent away, talking about the fact that, oh well, sure, move on, maybe the club aren't offering enough of a contract. I don't think this is going to come down to what the football club offer Trent or not. I just get the feeling, looking at it from the outside, that Trent's had his head turned, that he's seen the lights of Madrid, and maybe he's wanting to change, maybe he's just had enough of the media, maybe some of the fans, maybe fan channels, I don't know. But I just do feel like we're at the point now where it's almost like the start of a long goodbye. And I don't want this to turn nasty for Trent, because I don't think it needs to turn nasty. But the reason I believe it may turn nasty is if we're strung along and dragged out. If he has made his mind up, we'll come out and say it. Because dragging this on into January or the end of the season only for the obvious to be said, I think it's going to cause more friction than it's going to do good. So whatever your decision is, Trent, I would say to you, if I could address you, and to Liverpool fans, just let it be known. Let us know what way we're going to have to move forward. Let the manager know what he's going to have to do with regards to maybe bringing another right back or promoting through Conor Bradley. And I've got to say that I don't want Trent to leave. I want Trent to stay. I want Trent to be another Steven Gerrard. I want him to stay at the club, hopefully achieve everything else he wants to achieve here. But I don't think it's going to come down to football. And here's why. And Cara made a good point on this. He said Liverpool are challenging now. So when Steven Gerrard was going to leave, or when Steve McManaman left, or Michael Owen left, Liverpool weren't where they are now. Yes, they were competing for domestic competitions or UEFA Cups, but now Liverpool can rightly go into most seasons feeling like they're going to be there or thereabouts in the Premier League. They've got every opportunity of going deep into the Champions League. So that excuse isn't really there for Trent to say that he can't achieve what he wants to achieve at Liverpool. He can. And there's no way I believe that he could look at that Real Madrid side full of superstars and no cohesion that was pulled apart by Barcelona and think that that's where he should be at. I think he just wants to change. I think he just wants to go and do other things. And that's okay as well. But I just don't want to see Liverpool fans strung along by this situation. I want it to be put out there and dealt with, grown up publicly. Which is kind of, when he said I want my contract to be played out privately and not in the public eye, I said at the time, and I'll say it again, there's two ways to perceive that. Yes, you can say that he wants to be respectful and he wants to be professional and he wants to just make sure that everything is done as it should be. Or you can look at it the other way, that it's a delaying tactic, that he doesn't want to talk about this in the media because, well, maybe he has made his mind up and maybe we're not going to like the answer that Trent gives. So I think it's very telling that this has gone on. And people may say, so was the Mohamed Salah and Virgil van Dijk one. But this one's a no-brainer. This is the club's priority. This is the one that the club have been trying to get sorted out. And it feels like Mohamed Salah wants to stay. You can see it in his body language. It feels like Virgil wants to stay. Do we really feel the same way about Trent? I don't at this moment in time, but I want to, because I want Trent to stay. And I can't reiterate that enough. This is just me being honest about what I'm feeling, seeing, reading, and hearing now from the likes of Jamie Carragher, who of course certainly knows about Liverpool Football Club, lives in the city, knows the city. It's worrying times, my friends. And I feel that if Trent does string this along and drag it out and then announces it, I don't think it's going to work out well. And I think it will only worsen the situation. Upfront and honest is the way to go with this. So if Trent has made his mind up, I hope he conveys it to Liverpool fans quickly. On the other side of it, I'm starting to feel a little bit more optimism that maybe the club will get a deal done with Mohamed Salah because, again, he looks like he's happy here. He's still delivering numbers for the club. So I hope a breakthrough can be made there. But again, I would say these things need to be sorted out quickly. It's dragging on far too long. It's becoming a distraction. It's going to become an even bigger distraction. So the club need to get this sorted out. And if Trent decides he's going to leave, well then, as I've said many times during this video, I think it needs to be put out there for the fans to start to think about, to process, and of course for the manager and the other players to look ahead to the future as well. And I don't know about everybody else, but if Trent was announced that he was going to leave at the end of the season and, you know, he came out with a statement, I'd like to enjoy the last few months of having Trent at the club as well and like to see him play maybe with a freedom and a lack of pressure on his shoulders about the future. I think it could be freeing for everybody. So that's my take on it. Of course, now we want to know what you guys think. So do let us know in the comment section. Drop a like if you've enjoyed the video. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. On top of all of that, I will be back tomorrow recording with David Lynch. That'll be out tomorrow early evening. And then I'll be live tomorrow night for the late night agenda, as always, at 8:45. Appreciate your time. This was a video I thought long and hard before I made, by the way. I didn't do it, as I said, to clickbait anybody or to worry anybody. It is just genuinely my concerned feelings as a Liverpool fan right now, based off everything that's out there in the media and what we're seeing on the pitch as well. Over to you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Much love. Bye-bye.